And here we are, and this episode is for the birds, so to speak. Yeah, I looked out. We were having dinner tonight. We had a Baltimore Oriole in the tree, and we had a Cardinal. I don't know if it was from St. Louis or Phoenix, but we had
Oh,
a
that's right. I forgot Phoenix.
yeah. So we had two different birds in the tree. The Oriole was looking pretty good. I think it was the female Cardinal. That's the gray one. The male
Yeah.
one is the red one. Yeah. So we had the female one, and the Baltimore Oriole. And I took out my camera and I got a nice zoom, and I'm trying to take a picture of this bird. And he couldn't get him, couldn't get the bird. And then finally I put the camera away. He comes right out on the branch. He's like, tweet, 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 tweet. That would have been a perfect shot.
I'm not sure I've ever, honest to God, seen a Baltimore Oriole in person.
Yep. I thought it was a robin, but it's
okay.
It's because a robin's orange. This is a lot more orange, the Baltimore Oriole. And he was a beauty. We got some really nice Cardinals around here. Really nice Cardinals.
Yeah, we've got some nice ones around here too. We do the Cardinals versus the Blue Jays an awful lot up here.
Oh yeah, we have Blue Jays too. Yep. What do you say, guys? Dave, Sports Time Machine, Appa, Polly.
Blue Jays are predatory birds, and they're
robbers. I heard, right? They steal stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, and they chase away other birds. Hello, Sean D. So my poor mother one day, she'd had enough of them stealing whatever it was that she wanted to steal. So she pulled out an air gun. I don't know where the hell we had it. And she tried air shooting the Blue Jays.
Oh. Yeah, I heard that they rob other birds and stuff like that.
Yeah, so. We have where my mom lives, where my dad was alive. So where my folks lived, a lot of hummingbirds.
Do you know what we had the other day? I don't know if I said this on the show. I was in the living room watching TV, and I thought I heard a jackhammer. Right? I'm like, man, it's a.
So did you get Woody Woodpecker?
And I heard it again. So I get up and I'm looking around. I was like, my neighbor must be jackhammering, because I heard a jackhammer. Seriously, and it was like close. And then I heard it again, and I was like, man, what's going on with that? So I go out on the deck, and this bird flew off the corner of my house.
Oh.
Yeah, so she looked it up, and she said that I forget what kind of bird it is that actually does that, and it's either looking for food or looking to make a nest, and it did it twice that day. So we kept going out and shooting it away, and I haven't heard it since. But they, yeah, it was like right on the house. It was like it sounded like someone jackhammer in the house. I was like, holy crap, it's gonna take my shingles up, you know. When did I start watching hockey? When I slid out of the womb. I did. I was watching since I was a kid.
You took your bottle and she put the TV on 38 for you and watched
That's what it was. Yeah, my dad watched a lot, so I watched a lot too. So that's what I did. And actually, I remember I don't know how I remember this. I was, I don't know, 3, but I remember he'd be sitting there laying on the couch watching the game, and he had like a little hockey stick. So he's watching the game, and I'm trying to shoot my little toy underneath the couch for a goal. He's trying to play goalie. And I remember playing that. I would just keep shooting this thing. He'd try to save it, and he's watching. He was just sitting there watching the game, probably having a beer. So it was worked out for everybody. But yeah. Yeah.
Where is Jose Bautista?
I don't know. Where is he?
I don't know. I think he's with Atlanta, or was.
Is that baseball or football?
Yeah.
Baseball. Oh, yeah. I'm surprised.
If you hate the Blue Jays, they got into a fight.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
I never had any issues with the Blue Jays. I used to like that field. I don't know if they still play on the field, the outdoor artificial turf field during the day. It used to be fun to watch the Red Sox up there during the day. The field was so light. You know what I mean? It was like the sun hit the field. It was artificial turf. It was like a very light green. It was really weird to watch, but I enjoyed watching the games up there.
Now they can get the field turf looking like grass.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you were doing the Giants today, and I remember I get pictures and baseball cards of the Giants, and they got the artificial field in San Francisco, and it was like that, almost like a teal color. It wasn't even green. It was a faded color. It was terrible.
I think they only put the one rug, and that came after the 49ers moved from downtown to Candlestick. And so for 5 or 6, for the rest of the time that the 49ers played there, and the Giants played there, that they shared the stadium. But for the first 7 or 8 seasons, they used fake stuff, and then they put the grass in, I think, in 79.
They put grass in San Francisco?
Yes.
Maybe. Yeah, I just remember back in the day that they had.
But back in the 70s, it was turf.
They had one of the worst turf stadiums, too. It was was terrible. But I used to like, what used to drive me nuts about the turf stadiums is like the Houstons and the Minnesotas, especially the dome stadiums, like the inside, no weather, they weren't getting weather. And the lines were so faded, you could barely see them. And it's like, how hard is it to go out and just paint some white on there? Spray paint some white down.
They use chalk.
But it's like, I'm talking inside.
Yeah, for years in Houston, they used chalk indoors.
In the dome, there's no fading of the sun. There's no raining. There's no snow. It's inside. It's perfect conditions. How the heck was it always so faded? You could never see the lines. You could never see the sidelines, and then you see some of the other places and the lines are like nice and thick and white and you know exactly where they are. But back in it was like, oh man, it was hard watching a game from the Astrodome because everything felt like it was fading away. And it's like, did you guys ever repaint any of these lines at all?
They did every week. But
really?
They used chalk instead of paint.
You just couldn't see anything. That just made no sense.
All right, so now we know that Ed and Mel Ott are not related.
Okay. Oh, excuse me.
One mystery.
That's my drink here. No, I didn't.
6 minutes in the stream and you're already on.
I was up so late. I haven't been sleeping tonight. I'm off my schedule, and it's just I go to bed at midnight and I lay there for 3 hours. That's just how it goes.
Yeah, the trop carpet was terrible. That's true. That's
weird. Turf in the infield, huh?
A hybrid field. The grass was outfield. The infield was turf.
What was that? White Sox?
Yeah.
How would they even do that? Wouldn't it be some kind of a lip or something? Or
well,
that's just weird.
You had the full dirt infield, so the infield would have been turf underneath that, and then the rest of it would have been an outfield. So you'd have the dirt separate, the baselines and the dirt from the infield would separate the grass and the turf.
That's weird. I know when I was a kid, we played ball on grass.
It was the 70s.
And we played the 70s and the 80s. We played ball on the grass. Nowadays, there's no infield grass. It's practically every little league field that I look at now, there's no grass on the infield. It's all one big thing of dirt. The only grass is in the outfield, and it's crappy. It's like you used to have the nice infields with the dirt, and then the mound, and in the base paths with dirt, but everything else was grass. And look, that's how baseball should be. And then it's just they either got lazy or it's like, oh, we can't be bothered anymore to try to keep this grass up, and they just let it go and they dug it up.
Softball fields are the dirt infield, and I think they just drew it so they can do both baseball and softball.
Maybe I think it's terrible. I mean, that ball just is too hot. You like to have it roll in the grass. I mean, when it comes off that lip, I used to play second base. When it come off the lip, it was tough to judge. That's what made it fun.
That's true. All those old turf stadiums had those pockets of dirt at the bases. They would put cutouts over it, and you could always tell how old the turf was because where the base coverings were would be a lot of that fake teal green than the rest of the field, especially in Philadelphia.
Yeah. I always thought it was weird when you see the games and they're playing and it's like early in the season, there's still baseball games going on. You could see the baseball state, like the dirt, in the grass stadiums. You used to see the field. That was always weird to see. Like they're playing football and it's like they're in the grass or in the dirt. They're in the grass or in the dirt. It's like, man, they must just destroy
Imagine trying to kick off the dirt.
Or just, imagine trying to like fix that for a baseball game. All those football guys destroying that. Oh man. For me, when I played infield, I never played on a fully dirt field. If I did, it was once, maybe. So,
yeah,
hard to say. So I played some wrestling last night.
Tell us about that.
That video came out pretty good, I thought. I did up a new digital to dice wrestling ring, and I played Downey Games Ultra Quick Wrestling. And I read the instructions like, wow, this makes perfect sense. So I fired it up on the computer and I played a couple matches and it looked good. So I ended up doing a video last night. But holy cow, it was fun. It was a quick play game. Yeah, I got my Esposito shirt. Yeah, I do. I like my Esposito shirt. So picture a quick play game. You standard quick play game. You know what I mean? Except, you don't like subtract an offense from the defense and get a average.
Is it a one roll resolution?
No.
Okay.
No. No, and that's what makes this cool. So you start off, you decide what match you want to do. Is it a regular match? Is it a cage match? Is it tag team? Whatever. So what you need to do is everybody starts off with a number, and they could, a lot of them like 2,500 or 1,500 or 1,700. So everybody starts off with, it's a high number, let's say. And then what you do is that you determine what kind of match type it is, and that might affect your number. Okay. If it does, you adjust. If not, then you go to the next phase. The next phase is rolling a 10-sided dice to see what modifications in the match. So you might roll the dice and it might say like strength. So you look at each player's card to see what the strength is. And it might be, 0, might be 50, it might be 25, it might be 100. So you might add or subtract from your number, right? So then you go to the next column, and then it's the pre-match something or other. So you roll the dice, and you either get the heel or the face, because you have the good guy and the bad guy.
Right.
And then you roll the 100 dice, the percentage dice, to see what it's going to be. And there's all kinds of crazy things. And it could be anything from, like, I think one I got last night is people like your new catchphrase. So you add points to your score. Yeah. So whatever it is they liked what you did. So you increase your score. Sometimes they don't like what you did, and you decrease your score. So you have all these little modifications along the way until you get your final number. You compare the numbers and you see who has the higher number, and they have the advantage in the match. Then you roll your dice one last time to see who wins the match. Okay. So now you got a winner of the match. Maybe. And that's the great thing about this game, is that even though, the chances are really good that if you roll to win the match, that you did win the match. But there is a couple scenarios that you have to read off of like a rare chart. I forget what they call the chart. It's like a rare chart. And you go to the rare chart, and it might say, right before you pin the guy, you're distracted, the other wrestler reverses and pins you. Things like that. Or someone comes in and disrupts the pin. Or, it's wrestling, so anything goes. So most of the time you're going to roll the dice and you pin the guy or whatever, and you're done, and you win the match. But there are all kinds of weird things in this game that make it really fun. So it's a quick play game, and you got to roll 2 or 3 times to figure out, what modifications and what changes you make to your number to get a final number. So that's the similar part. Is in every quick play game, you start with a number, and then after a couple of modifications, you have a final number, and that's what you roll the dice on. Same kind of thing. It's just a little bit different when you get there. And even along the way, there's things along the way that, you might read off a chart, and, it might say, hey, the match is over, or the match has been canceled. It's wrestling. And so anything goes, and that's what makes it really kind of fun. And you can really make up your own rules to it too. So I had a couple of quote title matches with the belt on the line. And I guess if you're disqualified or something happens and you win, you don't get the belt. So you could factor that in as well. So you could say you have to pin the guy to win the belt. If not, if it's a disqualification, or if it's anything else that, because when you roll the dice after you win, it says what happened. Did you pin him? Was it a disqualification? Was it something else? There's a handful of things that can happen. And so I was like, okay, if you're disqualified, then you don't, the belt, like I say, the belt stays with the champ. You have to actually pin the champ. And so that's how I played it last night, and I had some fun with it. It was a good time.
So is it possible then for someone like Hulk Hogan or Andre the Giant to lose, or is the point value so skewed? So if I got in the ring with Hulk Hogan, would be there any chance of me actually winning?
Yes. Because what I did, hey, Manuel, good to see you, buddy. Stuart's in here as well. Oh, wrestling. I that's what I watched, the 70s, 80s. Although I got to say that it's much bigger. It's better, but when I watched it, I enjoyed it watching, years ago. But I wish it was now. I wish it was then what it is now, because I would have loved to seen Andre the Giant and, Adrian Adonis and Jesse Ventura with the setup they have today.
Right.
Rather than just coming out with nothing and just getting into the ring, because it was pretty bare bones back then.
The Masked Avenger.
Yeah. Okay, so getting back to your question, could you beat somebody? Yes, because I had a match last night. Was Stone Cold Steve Austin. I think I called him Steve Stone Cold Austin, because I don't know, whatever. But anyway, so it was Stone Cold was the champ fighting Ivan Koloff. And Stone Cold had a huge advantage. And even after all the adjustments, he had a huge advantage. So when I got done, there was a 1 to 80. Stone Cold won the match. And 81 to 100, Ivan Koloff won the match. So there was a 20% chance. Well, I rolled a 78. That's how close it was to Stone Cold not winning. And so Stone Cold won. He retained the belt. But yes, it's possible that the other guy could have won. You know, and that was about one of the 20% was getting towards the low end of the chart. Okay. I'd have to look up to see exactly what, I don't know if I have it here. I don't have it here. I don't know where it is.
That's
But
all right.
but I was just wondering, like, if it was like ridiculously, the number was like so skewed. There is always a small percentage you can win the match.
Nice.
So that was good. So what would be great about this game is if you took a bunch of wrestlers, and I might go back and pick up a couple of more seasons.
They did Appa Chatter. There was micro league wrestling.
Oh, that's kind of cool. That's neat. What's going on there, Danny?
Hey, Danny.
Danny's in. Jamie's in. So what would be fun about this is if you took a bunch of your favorite wrestlers, you can take as many as you wanted to, and you just started having wrestling each other. And they actually have a season mode.
That's cool.
Whereas if you win a match, then your rate increases and you move up. And if you lose a match, then you drop down. And so you could be fighting, you know, wrestling and try to keep standing, so to speak. And then, okay, this guy's got the title, and, you know, you can work your way up and challenge him for a title match on a pay-per-view or something like that. So I could see how you could have a lot of fun with this, and you could set up any match you want.
Well, it's wrestling, and so you can use, it's all about your imagination.
Yeah, and that's what it says about this. And the thing is like each wrestler, one's a heel and one's a face, you know, good guy, bad guy. But at some point, you know, he says if you're doing a season, then what's going to happen is you're going to have a good guy versus a good guy and a bad guy versus a bad guy. So you still got to designate one as good and bad, because that's how you have to have the match.
It's only less evil than he normally is.
Yeah, yep.
We're doing all right.
So, we're doing okay. You saw Andre. I don't know if I've ever seen Andre live.
He really was a massive, massive man.
Yeah. I've never seen Wrestling's Finest on the PC.
You were asked earlier if you ever got into a fight at the rink.
Oh, no. No, the first thing is that they don't allow, none of the leagues I played in allowed it. So if you got in a fight, you were good for a while. So that was the thing is how mad you got. You might push and yell, and you might, you know, slash them in the shin pads or, you know, whatever, but you never dropped the gloves and got into a fight. But usually I had a full cage anyway, because I was playing puck, so I don't want to get hit in the head. So there's no sense having a puck. You know, I mean, having a full cage and get into a fight, that's just dumb, you know? And the thing is, if you get into a fight, you kicked out for a while and you don't get your money back. So there's no sense fighting in the leagues I'm in, because you're out, you lose money. You probably, you know, then they don't want you back. So
in high school, how much the refs let you play? I know you were a backup goalie, but how much?
I was a goalie in high school. It was regular. It was the 80s. It was regular, but I don't recall any fights, you know? Well, I mean, my team I was on, 95, 96, we had a team, and there was one guy that got in a fight, and there was like both guys took off their helmet and just went at it, and it was fast. It was over with. Everybody stood there and watched. I was like, oh my gosh. But yeah, they gave him a bunch of games, and he just like, I'm all set, I'm done. So usually if you got into a fight, usually you just left. It wasn't worth sitting around for the next few weeks not playing, you know. So I don't know. Do you know who I did see as a kid? I saw Adrian Adonis. He was my favorite. Good Irene, the sleeper hold. And then I heard he got killed in a bus crash.
Ooh.
Yeah, but they never talked about it. All of a sudden he just disappeared. So Adrian Adonis just disappeared. It's too bad, because he was my favorite. Him and Jesse Ventura, the East-West connection, because he was New York and Jesse Ventura was supposedly Hollywood. So it was the East-West connection. But I remember Adrian Adonis and Pedro Morales for the Intercontinental title. I saw Fuji and Saito fight Chief J Strongbow and Jules Strongbow, his brother Jules, or supposedly his brother Jules. Tag team match. 2 out of 3 falls. Of course, Fuji and Saito cheated, you know.
At the Garden or Worcester or where?
That was at the Garden. That was when I was a kid. I don't know if Andre was there or not. I don't remember if Andre was there, but I do remember Adrian Adonis. Do you know who the champion was back then? Was couldn't stand the guy. I had a high school teacher that looked just like this guy, Bob Backlund.
Okay, that one doesn't ring a bell, but
I couldn't stand. He was a pretty boy. I didn't like Bob Backlund whatsoever.
Big words and everything.
Yeah.
Did Fuji throw rice in his face?
Salt. It was salt.
Ah.
Yeah. I had Abdullah the Butcher playing Big Boss. That was kind of a fun one. I had Shawn Michaels and Sergeant Slaughter in the cage. That was fun.
When Monday Night Raw started, they had a couple times they came to Burlington, as a matter of fact.
Really?
Yeah. They did really well, drew really well. People were well behaved.
I missed a couple of comments here. Oh, Scott's Killer Khan Andre, huh?
I bet.
Wow. Wow, yeah. Like I said, I actually did go to one show at the Centrum out here in Worcester. Got to be 15 years ago, maybe 20 years ago now. And they taped it on TV, and it was the one that Mankind, Mick Foley, defeated The Rock to win the title. And it was I have it on VHS somewhere. It was such a good show that, and of course, The Rock was with Vince McMahon and his crew. I taped over
it with Patrick Waugh highlights, by the way. Just so
there you go. That's good. And so Nick Foley comes out with his gang. It's one of those things where, like, there's all these people at rings, and it just turned into a fracas, right? And it just, everyone's fighting everybody. It just got chaotic. And then at the end, the glass broke and Stone Cold come out, and the place went nuts.
Oh, I bet.
And Stone Cold comes in, he grabs the Rock, gives him the stunner, takes Mick Foley, throws him on the Rock, grabs the referee, right? And the referee's like, oh, he's getting pinned. 1, 2, 3. And Mick Foley, who was like unconscious on top of the Rock as the champion, McMahon went nuts. It was your typical WWE night. And it was so good that he finally won the title, and it was because of Stone Cold. But I never forget that one. I'd like to go back and watch that again, because that ending was great. That was a good night for wrestling. I enjoyed that, and I think that was like one of the first times I had gone in many, many years.
How are the ticket prices?
I don't remember. I don't remember. The only other time we went to the Boston Garden one time, and I don't even remember who wrestled, but there was one match that was it was weird. It was, oh boy, I don't even remember. There was two guys that were having a feud, and one guy kidnapped the guy's dog, killed him, and cooked him up, and then served the guy dinner, served him his dog. I mean, that's when wrestling started to go off the edge for me. I was like, really? And so how this match is that he put the guy's cooked dog was put in a bag. It was called a doggy bag.
Okay.
And the dog's name was Pepper, right? And so they had this big pole, and the dog was on the pole, and it was called Pepper on a Pole match. Because the dog's name was Pepper, and he was trying to get his dog's remains back. It was some gruesome stuff. It was a Pepper on a Pole match, and the guy was fighting for his dog. And at the end, he beat the guy up, and he only took the doggy bag down and left, and he won the match. It was like, that's when it started to get really weird. I was like, man, yes, that was nuts. That was nuts. Haystack Kevin. I vaguely remember him. The Undertaker was good. I'm not sure if I ever saw The Undertaker live. I don't know if I went to the Boston Garden one, Pepper on a Pole. And I wish I knew the card that night.
That just sounds.
You know who else was Gold Dust?
Oh, Clue.
Gold Dust was there. Oh yeah, Gold Dust was in there. He used to kick guys in the nuts, and he got mad at the referee, and he tied the referee up in the ropes. And the referee was like, "Come get me, come get me!" And he ran up, and he pretended to kick the referee in the nuts. So Gold Dust was there that night, and I'm trying to think who else was there. I don't remember, but I went to a couple of more recent ones, but all the other ones are back in the 70s when they had Tony Gurria and Rick Martel and all those guys. So, but yeah, that's when I saw it. So let me get some of the comments here. So I don't know if I saw The Undertaker or not. Let's see. Snook Alive. Did I see Snook Alive? I don't remember if I saw Snook Alive. I don't remember. And I don't remember the Rampage wrestling. That one I don't know.
Stuart was in here, and of course he's from Ottawa. There must have been some pretty good cards up in Montreal. Maybe not WWE, but just because, yeah.
Well, Backlund, his cows. Yeah, I'm just not a Backlund guy. I just never liked him. And then I had a teacher that looked just like him. It just, oh man, it drove me nuts. It did. But this game was fun, and they have a couple different seasons you can buy. I don't know if you can mix and match the seasons. That's the thing is I don't know if I could take an older guy and a newer guy.
What would be like a season? Is it like era from the WWE the 80s or whatever? Or I mean,
well, let's take a look, shall we?
Goldust was Ric Flair's son.
I didn't know that. All right, so if I look at what they had, but the thing is, there's so many different leagues. I wish they would list the wrestlers because I would hate to get something with a league I never heard of. That's the thing. All right, so if I go to Ultra Quick Wrestling, so they have the
Dusty Rhodes. Well, that would make sense. Dusty Rhodes' son.
Okay, so they have 1960s Eastern Territory, 1980s Mid-Atlantic GCW yearbook.
Georgia Championship Wrestling, Mean Gene Okerlund, right?
See, I don't know any of that. Wrestling Memphis, Mid-South. Wrestling Minneapolis, AWA. Wrestling the early years, 48 to 56. I wouldn't really care about that. Here's a good one, though. A TV Wars, 96 to 98.
So we can't use the real names for the things, but can kind of.
Yeah. Then they got 65 to 80, CWA and GCW. Quick Wrestling, 1973 Eastern Territory, 1985 Eastern Territory. Like I said, I don't know who these guys are. The one I looked at was the 1986 Major Wrestling ebook. So 1986 Major Wrestling. If I clicked on that, it was WWF and some WCW. So I probably know if that's the Major Wrestling, I would probably know a ton of guys.
Most of those, even I would know
86. Those. Yeah. Then they got the 91, which I think I have. 2004, 2007 yearbook, 2008, 2010. So a lot of yearbooks after that.
Okay.
So hardcore kind of
age them and stuff like that.
But some of the other ones here, like the Memphis and the Georgia and the Texas, I don't really know, So I'd be unsure of. So
cool.
So, but it was fun. The TV was being Nitro versus Monday. I mean, as long as I know the guys, I would get it. I like I say, 70s, 80s, early 90s. That's when I kind of tailed off. Oh, nice. Wrestling's finest. Just do that. Yeah. Dustin Rhodes is his real name. Nice. The chicken wing. Yeah. Back on. Yeah. We were all trying to give you that was his move. The chicken wings.
So he elbow you or something like that?
It just, I don't know. It was like a weird thing that you did. I don't know. It was pretty painful. If somebody did it to you. It kind of sucked. But yeah, so it was the figure four. Who was the figure four? Greg the Hammer Valentine? Was that the figure four?
No idea.
Oh, you got to know this stuff. That's why you're here.
Wrestling? No.
Bruiser Brody, I remember that. I used to, I think I told you this, that I used to film wrestling for Killer Kowalski back in 88, 89.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah. It was with the cable company, and we were part of the production class. There I was, 21 years old or whatever I was, and I had a hockey show on the cable program, and so they're like, hey, you want to get involved with Kowalski and his wrestling? He was trying to start a new league. I said, sure, I'll do the Kowalski thing. And so I started off on camera, and the next thing you know, I ended up running the board, and this was before computers and stuff. This was when it was all manual and like the gen sync and stuff like that. You had to sync up the cameras, and if they didn't sync, they wouldn't switch properly, and nothing was really automatic. It was just, and luckily I remember from TV production class how to do some of this stuff. So we would get to the wrestling ring, and people like, okay, who's setting up? Oh no, I'm on camera. It's like, well, we need someone to set up. So luckily I knew how to do some of that stuff. So I ended up setting it all up and get the cameras. We did a couple of field houses. We ended up doing one up in Homan Stadium, I think it was called, in New Hampshire, right on the baseball field. And they had
or Nashua.
I'm not sure. Maybe Nashua. I don't know. I thought it was Homan Stadium, wherever it was. Yeah, Valentine was the figure 4. Okay, that's who it was.
So Appa Chatter's uncle was on ESPN arm wrestling in the early 80s. He drove 6 hours to Memphis Mid-South Fairgrounds. I think he won 1 and lost 2. He was wow.
Nice. Oh, I got the city calling me again. What kind of more bad news can you tell me? What do I need to wear now? Oh my gosh, I'll listen to that later. So, but yeah, so we did a couple of matches there. I did camera on a few, and I did. I like to be the control guy the best, because used to be on the headphones. He used to say, "Camera 2, focus on the guy over here, and camera 3 coming to you, and camera 1, give me a wide shot, and just and go in camera 3, 2 seconds, and it was busy. It was just like the control room. It was kind of fun. I only had 3 or 4 cameras, but it was really fun. It was really fun. And there was one time that I had Kowalski in my ear, and he was kind of telling me, what to look for. And so he'd be like, okay, hey, look for this and for that, and this guy does, and this should be happening, and that should be happening, and it was good. And they had one match. They had a women's match, and they were terrible. They were, sorry. And they would jump to kick each other, and they would miss. And the girl would be like, oh, and they just missed. And Walter's in my ear. He's just like, oh my gosh, they are bad. He's like, she didn't even hit him. And it's like, they got to do better than this. And he was not happy. He was not happy. It looked terrible. The optics were very terrible about it.
It's all about putting on a good show.
Yeah. And it kind of wasn't, so the AWA matches, that's interesting. Mad Vachon. Wow. Yeah. But they used to have him in the studio once in a while too. He was a big guy. And I remember he was just like, you need to eat your vegetables and your fruit because it's pure oxygen, and that's what your body needs: oxygen, vegetables, and fruit. And he was like really into that. It was kind of neat.
So off camera, was it the Big Macs and the Whoppers, or
I don't know. He was in decent shape. Yeah.
Whoa.
The Nature Boy. Yeah. That's if you ever watch a Bruins game, the guy does that at the Bruins game. Goal score by number 37, Patrice Bergeron. Assist by number 33 is Zdeno Chara. Time of the goal, 10 minutes, 22 seconds. Woo! And everybody goes, woo! So it's kind of neat. What's up, Davey boy? Still fighting a good fight for me? Someone's got to fight for me. Thank you, sir. I'm talking a little bit of wrestling tonight. I was playing some wrestling game last night, so we're talking wrestling tonight. It was fun. It was fast, too. It was fast. It was fun. It was easy. And there's a whole other section of rules that Brian Martin wrote, and it's like 6 or 7 pages of rules and charts. And if you really want to get crazy, you can follow that. So now that I figured out how to play the game, I might check out his rules and see what that looks like. That can be kind of fun. But I could see taking a whole bunch of wrestlers, having your own
You'd have a blast. You really would.
And you could bang out the games and the matches, and you could have your pay-per-views, and they have like the TV tapings, where it's a typical match, but then you have your pay-per-views, which are a little bit more intense, and they have different results, and then they have cage matches and tag team matches and all kinds of stuff. And it's just like I say, you could have your own wrestling league and then figure out who goes, and then have the special matches for the cup. Oh, that's an actual Flair recording. I thought the guy did that. I thought the guy was doing that. So, no wonder he's a heavy vegetarian. No wonder why. Yeah, he was pretty lean. But yeah, we had his thing going there, and he was just trying to make something happen. It never really went anywhere, but it was still fun. It was still fun. You know who I got to meet? I got to meet Iron Mike Sharpe. He was like probably the most famous guy that I met. And a lot of the other guys were local guys, but Iron Mike Sharpe I did meet. There was one of the Russians in Homan Stadium. Was it Koloff that I met? Did I meet Ivan Koloff? I forget. There was one of the more famous Russians back in the day, and he was there. And of course, they're all backstage chumming around. It's kind of fun. They're just backstage hamming it up. But yeah, he was back there, and they had one guy there that wasn't supposed to be there. He was going to get in trouble. Was it Big John Studd?
I have no idea.
It was one of those guys, one of the big tall guys there, and he showed up like incognito, did the match, and to get out of there because Vince McMahon was like chasing him around because he was mad that he was working for Kowalski or something like that. Oh, I did not know that. I didn't know that. Yukon Erics. I thought it said Kerry Von Erich. I used to like the Von Erichs. There was some good matches there back in the day. But the physical strength. I'm sorry.
You'd think that would have been easier to set up to do a regional tour, but draws well. But you need the names and you got to pay them. And of course, now everything is pretty much WWE. So
yeah, and that was the other thing too. Is like, did you ever see the documentary with Tony Atlas? Probably about 10, 15 years ago. Remember Tony Atlas, right?
Mm-hmm.
He was completely broke, or at least he was. And so he was trying to set up a local thing at the gyms, and there was another wrestling promoter in the area. It wasn't Vince McMahon. It was some other guy, and he's like threatening him with lawsuits and sending people to beat him up. And so he's like, I got no money. I'm trying to start this wrestling league up, and I got a few name people showing up, and they show up, and I got to cancel the show. So everybody at the door, I got to give them their money back, and I still got to pay these guys something. He's like, what's going on here? So it was very sad to see him trying to do wrestling, but some other guy was being a wicked jerk about it and saying, this is my territory and I'll sue you and you can't do this. And he's making him cancel all his shows. I felt bad for the guy. It was very, very sad. Yeah. Very, very sad. Bruno, 10 minutes from your neighbor's house. Cool. So, yeah, so I did some wrestling. And I was looking at, was it Player of the Game Golf by Downey? There was one
Player of the Game, yeah.
There was one golf game that I was playing around with, and I picked it up at Easter. Player of the Game Golf. I picked it up at Easter. I never did anything with it. So I'm looking at, I should probably get one of the seasons. It's $10 a season. I hate it when they're like a season's $10. I like it when it's a decade's $10, But they I read the directions on that. That looks like a pretty mild quick play game too. It'd be kind of fun. So,
that's cool.
Yeah. So aside from that, I made dinner tonight.
Oh, you did?
I found some frozen meatballs in the freezer.
You're not supposed to talk like that.
So I put those in the oven.
Okay.
I cooked some spaghetti up, found some sauce, heated up some sauce, and so we had spaghettis and meatballs tonight. And these meatballs are fantastic for frozen meatballs. Fantastic. And she's like, I got them from my mom. I was like, oh man, they're fantastic. So we had a good little supper tonight. Sadly, though, my buddy who gets he works in the meat business said he had to cancel all his meat orders this week because of the meat shortage.
Oh.
And I'm like, are we really at that point right now? So he's just like, well, I'll try again next week. But yep, so no meat orders this week. So, and yeah, Robbie, most of the Downey games some are, not all of them, but most are very, very easy to learn. Sometimes it's the wording, but I gotta say the wrestling, the way they worded the wrestling and how they had the examples. If you're ever gonna do a game, that's the way to do it. Is give you instructions. Say, now let's show you a sample. So I roll 4-3. This is what 4-3 is. This is where I look for 4-3. This is what happens with 4-3. This is the result of 4-3, and it's all spelled out. And there was no mistake about it. And he goes, okay, now let's do something else. So what happens if this happens? And that's what you like. You want to see like what happens when you roll the dice. You can feel it out and give some examples. And that's what they did in this. And by the time I get done reading the instructions, I didn't need to read them again. I knew exactly what I was going to do. Fruit Loops and meatballs. That's interesting. And no, I would never do a cooking YouTube channel. Not me. Although I do see a lot of them, though.
Fruit Loops and Meatballs. That sounds like a Simon and Garfunkel album from 1971, right?
Sensational Sherry. Didn't they, Macho Man, didn't they both die? Or was that Miss Elizabeth? Miss Elizabeth. She's talking about Elizabeth. Bobby the Brain. Yep. Bobby the Brain Heenan. Remember him? Yep. Yeah, no, it's not going to be Cooking with Dave, that's for sure. Although YouTube is a great place to find recipes. I got my egg drop soup recipe off of YouTube.
Oh, really?
Yep. there was some lady. I don't know if she spoke English and had English or had English
For
subtitles.
the subtitles?
I don't remember. But she made an egg drop soup. I modified it and I put like a ton of eggs in there. Like she only puts a few eggs. I put a lot of eggs in there, and it's just nice and thick and it comes out good. But her recipe was pretty good. Her recipe was really good.
We watch husband and wife out of Toronto or the Toronto area, and on Sunday mornings he does a video out of a Depression era cookbook. And so we've seen some really strange things made. And one was a pork cake.
Really?
And exactly what you think it is. It's a cake made with a pound of ground pork.
Wow.
And you would not know because you're also putting currants and raisins and other things there. So it was more like a mincemeat thing. He would have known it wasn't like bacon or anything like that.
Yeah.
But currently right now they're trying to crack the code for Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Yeah. Yep, that's what I did tonight. I went through my freezer and found a couple things, and I originally was going to do the breakfast. We had some frozen sausages and hash browns. I was like, I always do breakfast. I want to do something different. So I'm like going through
oatmeal for dinner.
That's what she's trying to do oatmeal to lower the cholesterol and stuff like that. I was like, I should do that too. So yeah, what was that?
Wow.
65,000. Wow, yeah. Hi, Larry. Well, you had that joke you posted. Oh my gosh, Larry posted his funny joke, and it was the nurse yelled at me, told me to stop running my fingers through her hair while she checked out my testicles. I thought that was funny. Like, yeah, how they feel? They feel all right. That was a funny joke. I laughed really hard when I saw that one. I could picture that happening somewhere somehow.
So for lunch today, my mother had made some chicken salad and left it with us, and so that's what I had for a chicken salad sandwich today. It was she made her own mayonnaise.
Oh wow!
And, yeah, so it came out really. It was garlicky. I liked it.
Yeah, there was speaking about the depression cooking, there was something else I saw on YouTube, and it was this real old lady who lived through the depression.
Oh, I've seen her stuff, yeah.
And she's passed away, unfortunately. And I remember, like, I watched a bunch of them, and they were like, "Yeah, this is what you do." And there was one, I think she used dandelions and cooked with it. I don't know what it was, but it was
a Vermont thing.
It was, she just was coming up with all these like cheap, inexpensive recipes just to feed her family, and she was showing them off. And I think it was her. I don't know if it was her grandson that was filming this or
it was
something like that. And she was this
she was old,
sweet old lady that lived through the depression, showing all this stuff. And then, and she was like still getting around doing her thing. And then I did read one of the comments one time, and they were like, "Oh, so sad to hear that she passed away." And then, because I loved her videos, and it was like, it was sad, but it was good videos, So it was nice to see that.
There's a good cowboy cooking channel. There's a couple other cooking channels I watch. One is a cowboy out in Texas, I think, and pretty much cooks everything on outdoor stoves. He makes everything from chili rellenos to beans and rice. And it's Cowboy Kent Rollins, I think is his name. And the other one is a guy that dresses up in 1700s clothes. Is names as the Townsends.
Really?
And, yes. And so that's the thing, is that it's colonial American cooking. And so sometimes it's porridge and sometimes it's pigeon, and he's also done some fried chicken, and it's his lifestyle. I mean, that's how he makes his living, wearing that sort of thing. But always interesting to watch them that's kind of offbeat.
Yeah. There was one guy I saw that made the McDonald's French fries. He goes, I'm gonna show you how to make McDonald's French fries. And he actually cut all the potatoes by hand and cut them all to the exact size of the French fries.
Okay.
And it was kind of neat how he did it. And he's just like, okay, and that looks good. That looks good. And then he goes through the whole thing. I think how you boil them first, and then you
blanch them first. Yeah.
Yeah. You dry them off. And then after that, then you put them in the fryer, and then you take them out and do something else. And then maybe you put them back in the fryer. And I guess it's made with like a lot of sugar. That's why the fries are so good. There's there's a lot of sugar that goes into the McDonald's French fries. So when he got done, And he actually, he said, well, he must have went to McDonald's and ordered fries because he had a whole bunch of the McDonald's fries packets there. He got done and he took them out and he put them in there, and you'd never know. If you went to his house and you had him say, oh, did you go to McDonald's? They look just like him.
Nothing like a McDonald's fry when it's hot, and nothing worse when it's cold. Yeah, the Cowboy, the Cast Iron. I'm sure your wife watches that. He's good. He's good.
Yeah, there's a couple guys I see that do. I used to like try to make the home fries, and they all say the same thing. It's like you cut up the potatoes, you boil them, then you dry them, and you boil them, and then you dry them, and then you cook them, and just there's a whole. Oh, and I like there was one lady I saw. She's, oh, it's real simple. Like hour later, it's like that ain't simple. That's not simple. I'm sorry. Yes, the procedures were simple. It's something I could do, but it took an hour to make like one little dish of potatoes. It's like, boy, that's not the time that I got. But that's how you do it properly. But I didn't have that kind of time.
There is a guy down where Ray is, as it turns out. He must weigh about 400 pounds. He's trying to lose weight.
Okay.
But he's a chef. Got his training in Texas and other places. His name is Daddy Jack, or Papa Jack. Daddy Jack, I think, has a pizza place in Groton.
Oh, no kidding.
And his recipes will just make you from everything from chicken a la king. He loves onions and he loves cream. And so he's got the full kitchen set up there. It's a gas stove and he's got the broiler. And it's like, no, I can't eat any of that. It would kill me. But oh my God, does it look good?
Yeah, it's fun when you sit and just kick back and watch one of those things on YouTube. Watch him make, and there was one guy that was, like I say, making some stuff, and the potato, I like the hash browns. I always try to get good hash browns. They take forever. But it's just, you boil them and then you pat them down, you dry them, and then you put them in the oil, then you flip them this, and then when you're done, you put them in the oven. It's like this guy had his whole routine going. It's like, oh man, but they were very consistent. All the hash browns, like the potato hash browns people, they were all consistent about how you got to do it. You take the potato, you cut it up or you shred it, whatever you want to do. Pat it all down, get the water off, then you boil it, and then you take it out and you pat it all down. And they all did the same thing. Pretty much. I was like, wow, do I really need to do all that for potatoes? So
yes, but you know how good they taste.
Oh yeah, they do.
Yeah,
yeah, they do. You got like the cast iron stuff.
Cast iron, yeah.
I think we did that for a while. Then we ended up going. She bought some, I don't know, they were Emerald or whatever they were, pans, and they work up pretty good. These pans, I like these pans.
So what have you made in the Instapot?
It's been a while.
Yeah,
it's been a while. The last time I think she made the French onion soup, which was good. Everything in the Instapot's good. The French onion soup. She made some chicken thing in there one time. I mean, it's just because you're steaming it, and anytime you steam something, it's full of moisture and water, and just it's so juicy. It really is. Nothing's dry. Nothing it can be dried. It is because it's a pressure cooker. It's kind of weird. Is that you got to flick that little lever in the back that releases the steam. And that steam goes everywhere, and you can burn yourself on that. And it's all under pressure too, so it's like you got to be careful with it. So, but yeah, the Instapot is good. I used to try to boil my eggs in there for when we used to boil eggs instead of just putting them in the water. And it was the 666 method. You put them in there with a little bit of water.
Okay.
Yeah, devil's eggs. Yeah. Yeah. No, so it was like 6 minutes until, put them in for 6 minutes, let them sit for 6 minutes, put them in water for 6 minutes. So that's what it is. Oh, they lifted us. Good. Yeah, we need to do more of that. I know everyone's still fighting over that, but
where's Corey live? In Mass or?
I think it was Minnesota.
Oh, Minnesota. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, they're not good. He says he's having a big announcement Monday. There's no big announcement. He might let you get a haircut, maybe. I don't know. But LA is getting locked down for a long time. If I was in LA, I'd be out of there. I would. They're never going to open, it sounds like, So, but I don't know. I don't want to get on that road tonight. But anyway, so Tony Esposito, yes. Yep, I get my Esposito jersey. I got my Orr jersey. So I got a couple of jerseys there. A lot of times I just put generic numbers on the back without a name. It's just what I like to do. Sometimes I'll put my own name on there if I do 44. So I got a lot of jerseys with my name on there. But I'm running out. I ran out of jerseys. Wow, really? No haircuts till June?
Well, that's only a couple weeks.
Yeah, but it's just the idea that it's just they keep pushing it off. I'm interested to see what the guy upstairs says. He left a message. My wheels come in, so I'm going.
Oh, good. You can
I'm
go
going to go outside. I'm going to go skate. So I'm going to get out into the park and I'm going to skate, and hopefully I'll be by myself, and hopefully nobody hassles me. Because I'm going to say, look, if the golf courses are open, as long as you stay 6 feet away, why can't I skate by myself? There's nobody near me. I'm not down here having a game, so I'm going to try to go skate tomorrow. That'll be kind of fun. Scott, I could be wrong, and I've been wrong once or twice in my life, but I heard the red Blackhawks jerseys are still the top seller of all time.
I believe they are.
I could be wrong. I mean, but I mean, as far as like consistently over time, the Red Hawks jerseys were the best ones. And yes, and I liked them too, and that's when I got it. That's why I got it. Although I was tempted to get a white one, but the red ones are good.
I like the white one, but the red one is nicer.
Yeah, I do have the Expos on. How you picked up on that? Yeah, I have an Expos shirt I was going to put up, or a Buccaneers. I got the Buccaneers hat. I should have put the Buccaneers sweatshirt up. Now I'm on the sweatshirts now. I've blown through all my hockey jerseys. That's how many shows we've done in a row here. So I've blown through the hockey jerseys. So now I'm on to the sweatshirts. But getting back to what we do at the beginning of the show, we had the Baltimore Oriole in the tree. So anybody that missed the beginning of the show, we were talking about how there was this nice looking Oriole in the tree, and I tried to get a picture of him and I couldn't. And as soon as I put the camera away, I looked out and he flew to the top branch and he was sitting there. It would have been a perfect picture. I was like, oh, you
sticking his tongue out at you?
He was like, yeah, come. Then he flew off into the neighbor's yard. So I'm like, oh man. So yeah, so I didn't get a picture of him, but there was also a cardinal in the tree. So we had the Orioles and the Cardinals this afternoon in my tree. Kind of fun. So, but so we have to make a time, Ron, you and myself, to learn that app of baseball.
Yep.
So we're talking about trying to find a time for that, because you got a doubleheader tomorrow. So
tomorrow, yeah, 11:30.
And what's tomorrow? Wednesday or Thursday?
Thursday.
Okay, so tomorrow's Thursday, and then we got to think about doing a digital to dice on Friday.
Yep.
So busy week coming up again.
Yeah,
on a busy week here. So, but that wrestling video I did, that went over quite well. Did you see the wrestling ring? I
did. That was great.
Yeah, let me see if I can show that off, because that come out pretty good. That come out pretty good. Where's my so that was, yeah, see if I can show that off here. Oh boy, let me bring that back in for 1 second. So I will go to share my screen. So, guys, you can see that.
I like it.
Yep, there it is right there. So, little digital to dice wrestling ring that I created. Kind of neat. So, and it took me a little bit to do, but I was just, if I go, I want to change up that logo at the top, and I was going to do that wrestling video. So I said, that'd be kind of neat, Scott, I thought it was a robin, because we got a lot of robins here, like you probably do. And the wife's,
springtime, for sure, yeah.
Yeah, and the wife's like, look at that Baltimore Oriole in the tree. I'm like, no, it's got to be a robin. She's like, and no, it's a bright orange. The robins around here are like a burnt orange, like an auburn. And this was like Tampa Bay bright, a Baltimore Oriole bright, that, the Orioles. It was really good. It was really good. Ron, what are we going to talk about this week?
I'm not sure what we're doing yet. We've talked about a couple ideas, and so you'll have to listen Friday afternoon or Saturday, Robbie.
Yeah, we got a couple ideas we're kicking around. We almost recorded early in the week because we had a really hot topic, and I forget what it was now, but just didn't work out. So we decided to hold off to the end. Actually, I didn't get on the computer till just now tonight.
Good for you.
Yeah, it was just kind of a weird day, because I had some people ask me some things and this and that, blah, blah, blah. And I never, usually I'm on the computer all day doing something here, but I went out and did 2 dog walks today. And I'm not sure what the heck I did today. I don't remember. I just was.
Take Bear Den's word for this. The funny thing about the cardinal is it's a state bird of Illinois. Well, actually, that would make sense, because the Chicago Cardinals were the football team. So, wow. So, yes.
Yeah, I did the match last night. I thought it came out pretty good. It was Stone Cold and Ivan Koloff. And then, I did 4 matches last night with that. That was for Corey. You might like that, Corey. If you like wrestling's game, if you've seen that video, go watch that video. You might like that game. It's not that expensive of a game. I think it was, what did I say it was? So So if I go to
The yearbooks were $10. You said.
yeah, okay. So you have to buy the instructions, $3.95, $4.
So you can get set up for $14.
$4, yeah. That's just for the game parts. And then you get the 91 season. I don't know if it comes with the game parts or not if you buy a season. But I mean, you can get up and running for what, 11 and 4. What's that? $15?
$15, yeah.
$15 you can get a season and start playing it. And it's fun. It just, you can set up your own, anything you want, any match you want to do, you do, and you just roll, you see who wins, you know, and it's not a move by move or anything like that. But how's the dog? Manuel, thanks for asking. You know, he's been getting that whatever that thing is she's giving him for pain. Yeah, the EpiPen there. And so far, knock on wood, there's been no issues, which is good because it's tough to get to the vet now because of all this stuff. Robin State Bird of Michigan. Action PC Wrestling. Well, you know, if they get it, I want ID Jess to be the first one to play it. He jumps off the top ropes. He misses by 11 degrees.
Not realistic.
This game is terrible. There's no way Snooker would have missed him.
Hal Richmond wrote this. Richmond wrote it in Strat.
That would have been funny. Oh, Action PC Wrestling. That would have been great. Turbo, what's going on, my man? Oh, I never get back to Andrew. Oh my gosh, Andrew, I'm so sorry. I never get back to you. He was asking me where that what the heck was it? He wanted to know where the shootout hockey thing was. So I got to find that. I'm going to send that to you in 1 second, Andrew. Because I wasn't on the computer all day. I had all these things that people would ask me, oh, did you find this? Did you find that? And I wasn't on the computer. So sorry about that. I'll zip that off right now. So that is I sent off that's where you find the shootout helper. Oh, John from Shootout Hockey got a hold of me.
Oh, nice.
Yep. He says he saw my video with the shootout helper. He really likes it. He thinks it's a great way for people to play the game, and he's happy that I'm using it and showing off his game. And so I said, you want me to put that video on your website? He said, yeah. So we have that helper video up now and a link to the helper on his website. Yeah. Yep. He keeps going back to that golf game. He does. And he does good for a while. And then it's not the mosquito, Corey. Come on. Come on. I don't know what the state bird is around here. It's probably, I think it might be the turkey. Right?
Ours is the hermit thrush.
Herman Munster?
Yes, Herman Munster is a Vermont state bird. Hermit thrush. It's not Jeezum crow, which is what my wife says the Vermont state bird is.
Nice. Good. Yeah, we have to get back to that. I don't want to go down that road tonight, but yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of videos of Action PC Golf. Ron, myself, ID. There's a lot of people that do it. So wait, it can't be the Cardinal because that's the other one had the Cardinal.
It was like 3 states.
You can't. No. That's not cool. Everyone should have their own bird.
Well,
it
they
can't
are
be
the Louisville Cardinals, so yes.
Yeah, but Ohio and Michigan and
the
chickadee.
Black-cap chickadee.
My little chickadee. Yeah.
Thank you, WC.
Yes. Steve, what are you hearing about hockey rinks? Did you hear the New England Senior League crashed? Yep. And I got an email today from somebody that's looking to pick up the pieces and take up their ice time. So I wouldn't be at all surprised, and Scott, I don't know if you heard this too, but be all surprised if somebody is going to try to pick up the pieces. Somebody don't. I might try. Yeah. If there's a lot of teams out there and closed doors. What do you mean? Yeah, so I know your rink's down, but I'm kind of hoping at some point we're going to open. Otherwise, more and more stuff's going to shut down. We don't want that. So I'm really kind of hoping that get back sooner than later. But yeah, somebody wants to pick up the pieces. And if not, I was going to try it. I couldn't do it on that scale because I don't have any money to do that. But I mean, I could do a local scale ice league. So I thought about that. See if, some of the people here would want to ref and score, keep trying to get some of the teams back and, at least out of Hockey Town. So, he was all over the place. He was everywhere. See, that was the big league. He tried to sell that too. And I think he wanted a couple $1 million for it.
Oh, really? That's a lot of money.
Yeah. Which one was it? Yeah, New England just shut the door. Yeah, and I know that. Scott, I'm trying to think who was it? Was it Power Play or Power League or something like that that sent me the email today? I'll see if I can find it here. Premier Adult Hockey is the one that I saw. So who knows? Maybe we can all go back to work for Premier Hockey League if they pick it up. I still might try to do something myself. I don't know. It all depends on how quickly things come back and if I really want to deal with all that. But if they're done, and we can put people back to work, so I might do that. I'd never heard of the NEHL. I know there's the Mass Hockey League, and the only reason I didn't work for them, we get the Mockingbird in Tennessee. Okay. The only reason I didn't work for that league is he wanted the scorekeepers to collect money.
Oh, that's kind of.
And I'm like, you're not going to pay. I'm not going to be the lowest paid guy there. Referees get paid more, and they should. Scorekeepers get paid the less out of everybody. But it says for the $15 to $20 a game, you're going to pay me. I'm not going to be walking out of a rink with hundreds of dollars in cash in my pocket. You want me to collect a check? That's one thing, but I'm going to be a scorekeeper. I'm not going to be your money man. And that's why I wouldn't work for the guy, because I did not want to be responsible. I didn't want somebody to give me cash and say, I paid Dave. And now it's like, no, you didn't.
So you're supposed to make out receipts while you're keeping score too? I mean, that's.
Oh, you'll probably do it before the game. But it's just another. It's like, no, I'm not going to keep track of your money for you. That's just not what I'm going to do. So. Yes. Yep. I get a few of those. I left them up for a while because I thought it was funny. The New England Hockey League, based out of Everett, huh? Interesting. Yeah, I read the email or the note that he said that the rinks want the money and you got to pay the refs and the teams take forever to play. But that's hockey. Even my league, they wait till the last. I mean, not everybody, but a lot of guys wait till the last week of the season, and so you just sweat it out to the end, and then you get all this money at the end, and then you can finally pay your bills. And yeah, I they do need to do a better job of that. I agree, but it sounded like they might have had other issues just from reading the email or the whatever it was. It sounded like that this pushed them over the edge for sure, but it sounded like they were kind of, I don't know, maybe they weren't in good footing. Maybe this is an excuse to get out. Although if he sold it, he would have made money. Now he gets nothing.
It's a lot of money though.
But he was everywhere. He was all over the place. I mean, he was not just in one area. So, yeah, I mean, I'm not sure if he did individual. I mean, it's tough to do. So my league is individuals because it's in the individual sign up. We have a draft. It's different. The other leagues, 90% of the other leagues, it's all captains, and so you go to the captain, and the captain collects the money. So what usually happens is the captain usually collects more than he needs to pay for his time to collect the money. That's what I used to do. That's what I used to do. Yeah, when I ran teams, it was a lot of work. So if the league fee was $1,000, let's say we had 10 people. Let's just say, so it wasn't going to be $100 a person. It was going to be $110 a person because they were going to pay me to do all the legwork. And one guy actually found out I did that and got all upset, and I went, here you go. You run the team. You collect the money, you collect the checks, and you send them off to the league. And no, that's not what I meant. If it's a good deal, because I get to play for free or for half price or whatever I did, because I'm spending my time organizing the team, I'm offering to give you the job. I'll write you my check so you can play either for half price or free. But no one took me up on the deal. They just wanted to bitch about it. But no one would take me up and run with it. It's like, look, you can, you'll save some money. No one did it though. So then fine. If no one's going to do it, I'll go back doing it my way. But I don't want to hear about how I'm not paying my fair share because I'm paying my fair share on my time. Sorry, that's how I have to do it.
All right, Gilles, talk to you later.
All right. Yes. We're gonna try to learn that, and then we'll do some videos on that. Oh, you saw the Kentucky Fried movie? That's fantastic. I went to look for that last night, and then I forget what I did. I think I played something here. I'll watch YouTube videos.
You did the wrestling.
Oh, really? The new wife came. Oh, was that they bought $1 million house. She was, yeah. You know, if it's the woman that I'm thinking of that sends me the emails, I was not a fan of her. I almost quit the league because of her. Imagine that. She just seemed to be very lazy in her community. She would just like send out a bulk email to everybody and say, I need your sign-up sheets if you're going to work for me. I'd already sent them in. And then another bulk email went up. You need to get in the sign-up sheets. I'd already sent mine in. I thought I was good. And finally I was like, last notice, but like it was going to everybody. So you can't send out a general email to everybody because I'm thinking I'm all set. So I finally wrote back and says, do I need to send it in? Because I know I've sent it in. She goes, you need to send it in. What are you waiting for? So I almost gave her the bird. I almost told her to go screw off, but I like the guys that I work with enough that I just sent it off. Yeah, I don't know who it was, but I was like, man, just not the way to handle it. Just not the way to do that. That's, you know, you send out a general one once or twice, but then as you filter it down, then you start to get individual. And I know it's sucking. I know it's more work, but that's part of the job. That's what I do. I start off with general notices on Facebook, general emails, and then you get a few people paying you, doing what you need to do. Then at some point, you do need to go individual. And I know that she's got hundreds of people, but that's the job.
I gotta be polite.
Yeah. But just if I just kept sending out general stuff, the people aren't going to get it. Eventually, the people that still, I have to contact them individually.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. Okay. That was a funny scene. Catholic high school girls in trouble. That was fun. The Kentucky Fried movie was like all short skits.
Okay.
And that was one of the skits. And there was another one about if a loved one dies, that, you know, doesn't mean that you can't they still can't be part of the family. And so they had this kid that was dead, and I don't know what they did to him. They like dressed him all up, put clothes on him. He's just sitting in the chair. You know, he was floating in the pool. Hey, he could even go float in the pool. It was so demented. It's just like, yeah, it's like he's still part of the family. It was pretty bad. There was
that's out there.
It was. There was some funny scenes in that movie. There was, but the Catholic high school girls was funny. Yeah. So there was the Kentucky Fried movie is just messed up. I should watch it again, but I mean, it had its moments. There was some of it that was just like really dumb, but there was some really funny moments.
I saw a pair of fake glasses. I think it was a meme for the rest of 2020. Here, the year's going to be funnier if you wear these. And in the frame of the glasses that went up was the cast of Mystery Science Theater 3000. So you can
really?
So you can watch the rest of 2020 from the point of view of Mystery Science Theater.
That was okay. It wasn't awesome, but it was okay.
Depended on the movie, you know.
Yeah. There was one. You remember Gamera the Turtle? It was like Godzilla. Okay. There was a Gamera movie that they did. And the idea was they lured Gamera in, and this big thing come up over Gamera and encased him, and they shot him into space. That's how they were going to get Gamera away, right? So they lured him in somehow, and he stood on the platform, and the thing come up and enclosed him, right? So I'm watching Mystery Science Theater, and when this thing come up, one of the guy goes, "Okay, now we're gonna put you in the enclosed booth. We're gonna ask your wife a few questions." I thought it was kind of funny because it was all witty stuff right at the top of your head, you know. It's just, there was some of it that just wasn't funny, but a lot of it was. You know, back in the day, and I don't know, Ron, you wouldn't remember this, but anybody that had Xbox, okay, I think it was on the Xbox 360, they had Netflix. You could have a Netflix party.
Oh.
And they got rid of this, and I don't know why, because this was ingenious. So someone creates a room. Okay.
Probably because everyone wasn't paying for Netflix.
No, you had to have it.
Okay.
Okay. If you didn't have Netflix, you couldn't get in. Okay. So in other words, the idea was you were all going to watch the movie at the same time. And we tried that a couple of times. It worked out kind of neat. So what you would do is someone opens up a room with Netflix, and it's a movie theater. So you get the screen at the front, and then you have all these little seats in front of the screen, and everybody had a little what's called an avatar.
Yes.
Okay. So everybody that came in the room, the avatar went and sat in the seats. Okay. And then the movie played. So you were watching the movie, and you could chat with people over the headset while you watch the movie, and your avatar's watching it. And you could do certain things, like you could hit a button and you'd throw popcorn up and catch it in your mouth. You could clap, you could boo, you could cry, and your avatar would do all these crazy things while sitting in its seat. And that was a good time. That was clever. Yeah, it's like, so you could have a Netflix party. So you could sit with your buddies, and then if you wanted to, you could pause the movie too. So if somebody had to go to the bathroom, okay, we're gonna take a break and pause the movie. And that was fun. So you could watch a Netflix movie with a friend, as long as everybody had Netflix, and chat with them and have your avatar in there and do goofy things. It was so fun. And they get rid of it. It's like, oh man, why'd you get rid of that? That was a great idea. Yeah, let's all go to the movies. Yep. Gonna take a break. Yep. They did 4 Gamera movies, huh? I know they did the one there I saw. Some of them are pretty good. They're supposed to be working on Godzilla vs. King Kong.
Again?
Yeah. And I heard
that.
They've only done it once.
Oh, just the once? It's not like the Planet of the Apes? Should we call Al and see if he wants to talk about that?
I know. Al, Planet of the Apes. Yeah, no. So I heard it's pretty unbelievable. And the last Godzilla movie, and I know you probably didn't watch it,
That's
but
not the Matthew Broderick, was it?
No. This was like a couple years ago.
Okay.
At the end, they started flashing all these newspaper ads like they do with some of the things, and it's just telling like what happened after everything went back to normal. And then one of the last newspaper articles was like strange something or other at Skull Island,
Oh,
yeah, something at Skull Island. So, all these research crews are headed there now to check it out. And then it ended. So they dropped a teaser at the very end about Skull Island, which is where Kong was.
Even I knew that.
That was good. Did you see the last King Kong? The one from like 5 years ago? No. Skull Island, it was called? Good.
Is it?
Real good. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. The last Godzilla was good too. The one before that was fair. The last Godzilla,
the Xbox or the PlayStation game from that movie.
Well, I have the Godzilla. It's just a Godzilla one.
Right.
But I was playing that from time to time. That is kind of fun. You do, fight the other monsters. It's just like a Mortal Kombat type of game. And yes, Skull Island was fantastic. It really was. It was such a unique spin on King Kong. It really was. It was really good. So, but
cool.
Yeah. So I can't wait for the Godzilla vs. King Kong to come out. So those are always fun. I always like the Godzillas. I just like this. I used to have. I told you I had the Godzilla dreams. Oh, did I tell you about the dream I had last night?
You might have. It wasn't as funky as the Hogan's Hero dream I had.
No, it wasn't the Hogan's Heroes dreams that you had. I had this dream that I was at my grandparents' house when I was a kid. Grew up there. And E.T.
You did tell me this.
Yes, E.T. Yeah. Okay, we all know who E.T. is. Okay, E.T. was walking out of the. So you'd walk out of the kitchen. You took a step down, and you were kind of on the porch, and then there was a door to go out to the backyard. And the whole dream was me watching E.T. walk out of the kitchen into the porch, and I had a briefcase, and I threw the briefcase, and it kind of went like end over end, kind of, coming at you like this. Okay, the briefcase was coming at you like that, and it kind of pushed him out the door into the backyard, and I don't know why that happened, but it did, and they were all freaking out because now E.T. was outside, and we all ran outside to try to find E.T. Like, where'd E.T. go? And like that was the end of the dream. It was like, and I remember waking up, I was like, boy, that was a nutty dream. It was like over like that. I was like, what's up with that? Why is E.T. in my grandmother's house? Why did I throw a briefcase at him? And why did he go outside? And now we're all freaking out because E.T.'s outside. It was nutty. It was a funny little quick dream I had last night. Wasn't the dream I was hoping for, but
we can't have those every night, Davey.
I know, right?
Can't have those every night.
What's What was one of the best dreams you ever had? And I'm not talking like that. I'm like, what is?
Good, because
If you can remember, like what dream did you have? You're like, man, that was a great dream. Oh man, that was so good. Because I'm trying to think myself, and I'm trying to think like what. I know I've had some hockey dreams. I had a dream I played in the NHL and I scored a goal. There's only one goal. But I remember I was like, yeah, I played in the NHL and I scored a goal. And that was a pretty good dreams that, that I had played and scored a goal in the NHL.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Once in a while, I'll invent something in a dream.
Really?
Yeah, those are nice. But can Ron tell us that dream? What, the Hogan's Heroes one? I thought I did already. And yes, E.T. being an extraterrestrial superior life form, of course, would wear the ultra-intelligent Montreal Canadiens jersey.
Yeah. Yeah. Now it's like rolling 20s on the dice. That's like whoa, what a dream that was.
Wow.
I know, right? You don't even worry about those kind of dreams anymore.
I could put both butterscotch and hot fudge on my sundae.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do I need my analysis of, so what were you trying to beat up ET for?
He was just walking outside and somehow I had a briefcase and the briefcase hit him in the back and he went out the door and it's like ET's outside. I'm like, oh no, we got to go get him. He's outside. And I wasn't trying to hurt him.
Okay.
And I don't even know if I threw the briefcase, but I just remember turning, seeing ET walk out of the kitchen onto the porch, heading toward the back door and a briefcase come in that I thought I threw at him. But I wasn't like trying to hit him and hurt him. It just, the briefcase hit him in the back and he went outside. I'm like, yeah, no, I don't know. ET just, I don't know. Just what happens. It's what happens when we're stuck in the house for 2 months. That's what happens.
I don't know, man.
I used to have reoccurring Godzilla dreams. I think I've mentioned that before. I think I told you before. Yeah. And you know what I would always do? I was like, I'm gonna be a smart one here. So Godzilla's marching down the street, and I would always run around to the side. I'm gonna flank him. So when he comes marching through and destroys everybody, I'll be over here and I'll just get behind him and he'll never see me. That's every dream was like that. Like, here he comes. Okay, we can sneak around. Let's sneak around the side here. If he sees you, we're dead. But I mean, if we can at least get around to the side, Oh man. What was that? What do you guys cry for help? You want to be a bike rider? I don't know.
With an alien on the handlebars. No, the retro one did not come with ET. Unless they actually had the physical cartridge.
Which one was that? Atari?
Yeah, on the Atari, yeah.
I have that. I have the Atari cartridge. I haven't played it in years.
That's cool.
Nice.
If Raleigh Fingers enters his dream, it'll be a ride on a handlebar mustache.
Oh my god! There you go. I know because I think ET was, I don't know who made it, but I don't know if it was part of any of the Atari stuff.
It was Atari, and that's why they buried it in a landfill in Alberta.
Oh, maybe it was Atari. Don't remember. I don't remember who made that, but I did when I was a kid. We were gonna go see Jaws, and I had a dream about Jaws before I went to see Jaws. That's how pumped up we were to go see the movie. Because like, we're gonna go see Jaws tomorrow. So as a kid, what was that, 75?
Yes.
So I was 7 or 8, and I remember the night before I had a dream about, and I didn't know anything about the movie except just for the trailer you saw on TV. So I had no idea about the movie. I knew it was about a shark and people, and I actually had a Jaws dream about being in the water and on a pier and a shark, and I was like, and there was one part I remember when I saw it in the theater when it came out, I turned away. I couldn't watch.
You're gonna need a bigger boat.
It was the part when they were underwater in the boat, and the guy found the tooth and he pulled the tooth out, and then you could feel something was gonna come out of the boat, and I went like this. and I missed what happened, and it was actually the head that flowed out. But I thought the shark was going to get him. And at 7 years old,
Oh,
8
absolutely.
years old, you didn't want to see that. You're like, I can't take this. The shark's going to get him. But I remember covering my eyes as a kid. And then to top things off, my mother takes us to my grandmother's house where the ET dream, and they had a pool, and it was night, and it was summer, and we went in the pool at night after seeing Jaws, and that didn't work.
Mhm.
It was like, I gotta get out. I couldn't go in the pool at night after seeing Jaws. A pool, because it was night and I couldn't see anything in the pool. Wasn't gonna happen. Nope. Nope.
Yeah, Jamie, the Pac-Man port was terrible for the Atari.
Yeah, I didn't care for the Pac-Man. I was never a Pac-Man guy.
No.
I don't. They had an update, but it just was like it just had miscellaneous stuff. It really didn't say what it did.
Did you have to download it or did it automatically update?
Somebody said they all got updated. Oh, they said
Well, it was me. They used to all update, but I did not see that the game had updated.
How would we know if it updated?
It would tell you. Well, there might be in the about, depending on usually date the latest patch.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, well, let me check it here. So let me see. Help about.
I had to download. Okay.
Update history. Release 5.5.
So that's not. Oh, it's on the service page, so it's no longer automatic. Okay.
So I didn't get it. Yeah, Jaws freaked you out. Yeah, it did. Jaws did freak you out.
There was a great Carol Burnett send off of the movie, and it features Tim Conway, and they're trying to fish something out of a bathtub, and he's talking about being caught by a great white off the coast of Hawaii, and she got 40 yards from shore, and he always would crack other people up, but he cracked himself up on this one. She wouldn't have made it if she wasn't wearing her good luck hams.
So yeah, exact. Who said it? Jaws board games. Jamie said it. Check this out. I was watching this. I was watching people play it. So there is a Jaws board game. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You can see it over there on the right, and it's actually two sides.
Oh, really?
Okay. Yep. So you got this board game, and you got Amity Island. And so what you need to do is one person is the shark, and everyone else is one of the people in the game or whatever. Okay. And so what you do is you need to try to go through the island and do different things. And one of the things you need to get the barrels to the boat, the barrels that you shot at the shark. You need to get them onto the boat. And the shark, meanwhile, is swimming around. And from time to time, you can identify the shark. But I think the shark's supposed to be like killing the swimmers as he swims around, if you follow that. Yep. Yeah, so I saw some. And then if you flip it over, like you get to a certain point, and you flip the board over, and it's the boat.
Ooh.
Yeah. So there's the island, the North Beach, and the whole bit. Blah, 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 blah. I'm trying to see if I can find a picture of the boat. So you get the dock, and they'll see the barrels on the boat in that picture right there. I'm sorry. Yeah, that's what you're supposed to do. I'm trying to think if I can find the other side that has the boat on it.
Right there.
Yeah, there you go. So that's the other side of the board. So you got the boat, and you're in the orca, and you're fighting the shark, and yeah. So there's actually a board game coming out for Jaws if you want to play that. Yeah. So that was not a joke, and I saw people playing it, and I don't know if it's out yet or not, but yeah, it looks kind of neat. Wow, where you been? Holy cow, you made it! Hey, at least you're here though. It's not Jaws 3D. It's a fun. If you like board games and you're into that stuff, there it is kind of fun. Yeah, I think I saw that. I saw the documentary where they dug it up, and they found them. They were there along with a bunch of other games.
Yeah,
so, yeah, yep. So. Oh, well, at least one of us is working. So good for you. Glad you're still working. You never know. That'd be funny if they made it worse. I just would like to see in that golf game. I don't want to keep going down that, but I'd like to see if just have a arcade mode where you could play and have fun, because it's a fun game. I just think that for people like me and ID that just want to play and have a little bit, maybe just a tweak in there or something like that. Oh boy. Least favorite. Yeah, that's a good one. Is that the one with the raisins?
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't want to freaking raisin in my candy bar?
No, I'm the same way. I don't like raisins in my cereal. I don't like raisins in my candy bar. I don't like raisins in my oatmeal. I like raisins by themselves, and that's it. Just nothing. No, I don't want raisins in anything. Yeah, chunky, good one. I didn't like the chunkies.
Oh, I love Almond Joys.
Almond Joys are great. And Mounds.
Yep. And I like the Reggie bar. I wouldn't want one now. I mean, it's been 40 years. That wouldn't be very good. Good and Plenty's, I wouldn't call them a candy bar.
Why do these look different? Why do these chunkies look different? I thought chunkies was like a big square. I don't.
They are.
They were little squares?
Yeah, I think so.
Is that what they are? I just whatever I thought chunky was a big square, like an ice cream sandwich. Am I wrong? Is that a chunky?
That's a chunky.
Peanuts and raisins. Yep. Huh. Yeah, that was terrible. I agree. I didn't like them at all. Yes, raisins ruined it. It would have been great with just the peanuts in there and stuff. And the also like chewing on something. It's a raisin. It's like, oh man.
It's like you think you got the chocolate chip cookie and it's the oatmeal raisin. I'll eat an oatmeal raisin cookie now, but not as a kid.
Yeah. Good and Plenty's. They were okay. They were just chewy. I don't know. They were all right. Almond Joy. I like the Almond Joy. Let me see what else we got there. Yeah, raisins by themselves is good. I like raisins. I just don't like them in things. I don't like them in my own.
I like Raisin Bran.
Kellogg sugar. Yeah. Okay, raisin, because that's what it is. It's a Raisin Bran. You know what you're getting. But to put raisins in something else, yeah.
You guys might be right, because you're the third. MP's the third person to say I don't remember being cut into quarters or like that.
Chunky candy. Chunky candy. What, 70s? Okay.
I have a friend who loves Raisinets. Yeah, Henry's were kind of chewy. I love the bit of honeys.
The old chunky commercial. I'm not going to show it, but I'm trying to think. It did look a little bit bigger. Yeah, they were bigger. At least according to this commercial. Oh, wait a second. Discontinued candies from the 70s, chunky. I don't know. I thought they were bigger. But then again, there's a lot of things when I was a kid that I thought were bigger. And now that I'm growing up and I'm bigger, maybe they weren't. I don't know.
Oh, they've cut the size of candy bars quite a bit since we were kids.
Dialing in.
How you doing, Flinner?
From the where are you? Mid-East, Midwest, Mid-South? Where are you? You're below me. That's all that matters. You got the green screen going, looking good. Oh, you get the microphone, you get the little windscreen, you got
well, lots of technology.
What does that shirt say? Maple syrup?
Might as well.
You gotta get closer to the mic. You sound better.
Closer to the mic?
Yeah, otherwise you got a lot of room echo. No joke. Yeah, you got to see how I am right up there. You sound, because you got a nice mic and a nice setup. Don't be talking back like this. You see how that sounds? Get right up there. Get the magic 106.7. There you go.
It's been a while since I checked in, so I figured I'm in a dark place today, so I thought I'd come on and try to cheer up. What do you think?
That's what I'm trying to do. I like the background though. Come on, nice.
Very clever.
Yeah,
I got a little issue up here, but we're just going to ignore that.
But it's fine. I mean, green screens are hot.
That's the Twilight Zone up there.
For the most part, it looks pretty good. I gotta say.
That's where we all entered this black hole.
Right over there. Right over there.
I'm trying to get
out. So candy bars. Oh, Henry was okay. That was all right. Mr. Goodbar. Yeah,
I like Mr. Good bars.
I like a good frozen Milky Way.
I had a Charleston Chew tonight, but I got to be careful because that like rips all your fillings out. So they were good. Idea's good. Rocky Road.
I don't know the Rocky Road.
Oh, bit of honey. Oh, terrible. Terrible. That was another one that I still got pieces of bits of honey in my teeth.
You need to sweeten up there, Gardner.
Big Macs did look huge when we were kids. Now they do look small. I think they definitely made them smaller. I think they shrunk everything down, but you're right. I think as a, yeah.
You know what I had recently that they shrunk? You ever have a Dove bar? I haven't had one of these in about 15 years.
Okay.
That's the ice cream, right? The ice cream one. Yeah.
And we went to the grocery store like 2 weeks ago, and we bought my son like Mickey bars. And I said, "Oh, Dove bars. Yeah, if he's gonna have a little ice cream on a stick, so can mom and dad." And I opened this thing up, and it was like this big.
Yeah. It is. I don't know. Did they shrink it
in a box?
For you're right. Maybe it was the same size, and I was just smaller, and I thought this thing was huge. So,
I think they did shrink them down because a lot of stuff, like they would make stuff like this and be like, "Oh yeah, $1.50," and then the bottle would be a little smaller. Instead of 16 ounces, it'd be 12 ounces for $1.50. Then it would be 10 ounces for $1.50. So they kept the price, like, because I buy cherry juice. I think one of the things I buy is cherry juice. It controls gout. So I have cherry juice every day, just a little bit, and I think it keeps my gout down. And I remember, buying it. It was a big one. And then all of a sudden, everyone's like, why is the cherry juice so small? I used to get a big cherry juice. Now it's a small one, same price. So I think they are shrinking things down. And we got to be quiet. We got to be careful what we say.
What is a dilly bar?
A dilly bar, a Dairy Queen. A dilly bar. Let me see if I can find a dilly bar. DQ dilly bar. All right. So let's. Oh man, that looks pretty good. All right. Well, you tell me what it looks like, okay? Yeah. I saw something like that when I took the dog for a walk today.
That's a duty bar.
Oh, it's a duty bar, all right. Holy cow. Yeah, that is that's it right there.
Wow,
okay. Don't touch my dilly bar.
I won't touch your dilly bar.
Dilly.
I don't want you that much.
Dilly.
Oh, okay.
First vegan ice cream. There you go. You want vegan ice cream? There it is.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Wow, dilly bar.
You can only get them in twos, and you have to ask for a deuce.
You win the internet tonight. That's it.
Dilly.
Dilly.
Probably pretty good, but come on, that looks like it's like when I take the dog out for a walk. It's like, okay, now I'm only gonna think it's dilly bars tomorrow.
Okay,
like,
your wife is gonna give you such a hard time when you go back upstairs.
I know.
Very good.
I made dinner tonight. I made a nice dinner. You should be very nice to me tonight.
Sharon, did you enjoy your leftovers from last night for lunch?
I think she did. Yeah, I think she did. But she said that type of food kind of it stays with you all day. It's like just a So.
Yes.
Well, he bought his first package.
Do you take the bags to pick up after the dogs or popsicle sticks?
You know what I've been seeing that drives me nuts is people used to bitch about it like on the
yeah.
Coming to you live.
See, this is what I needed. I was having a bad day and I just needed to come and do dumb stuff. That's what I needed to do.
You dropped the dilly juice on your own.
That's fantastic.
There wasn't any raisins or oatmeal or grape nuts involved.
All right. So she said she liked her leftovers. That was good. Yeah, that Indian taste it does last.
That one with a 20-foot pole.
Yeah, that stuff there. I like the dilly. That's pretty good. Mm-hmm. My package of hot dogs only had 10 hot dogs inside. What? Oh, instead of 12? Is that what they're doing?
Usually you get a dozen, right?
Oh, getting back to what I was saying about the walking the dog. You know, the people. There's all these people bitching on the town Facebook page. Right, that's all they do. Right. Sometimes 150 comments. Sometimes I'll go to bed and I'll read them all just because I get nothing else to do. In bed. But one of the things they bitch
That's
about
great for trying to go to sleep, by the way. Tom.
Oh yeah,
I do it all the
time. dislike. No. But one of the things they complain about is people that like they pick up after their dogs and they throw the poop bag on the ground. And I was like,
well, what's the point of picking up the poop if you're not going to take care of it?
well, that's what I said. So I was walking today and I saw that there's a bag, a poop bag, a dog shit laying all nice and tied up and thrown on the ground. Now I know that
there goes our G rating.
Yeah, but sometimes like when we would walk, if we walked into the woods and back, or if we would like bag it up and put it on the side and then pick it up on the way back. Some people do that. Okay, so instead of carrying it the whole way, they're like, I'm going to throw it off to the side and I'll get it on the way back. But I didn't see anybody anyway that was on the way back. This is just on one of the streets I normally walk on. I'm like, why would you do that? And what are you thinking? I'm going to pick up the dog poop, put it in the bag, and just drop it on the ground? You're better off leaving the dog poop there, so at least the rain and the sun will get rid of it. You put it in a bag, someone has to pick that up. Why would you think someone would come by and pick that up for you? What I mean, I've never done that. I pick it up, I take it with me, and I put it in a barrel. Usually at my house. But I was like, so I'm bored with that. You're bitching about that. I'm on board with that. I'm not gonna lie. That is pretty gross. It just makes no sense. It's like you're gonna pick up the crap, put it in a bag, and then drop the bag on the ground. And what? Just think something. Oh, let me get this for you. I don't know, man. It's almost as bad as you see the crap on the side of the road or somebody's lawn, and they don't pick up after. That's almost as bad. Yeah, no, that's the other thing. All these gloves and masks to keep us safe. I'm gonna rip them off and throw them on the ground. It's like
Yeah, I was just gonna say that, Dave. If you've been to the grocery store, all these people are wearing this stuff, and you come in and there's just littered everywhere. Like you just got out of a concert. People have gloves and masks all over the ground.
It's gross. It really is. It's like it's just I don't know. It's unbelievable. It kind of sucks. So yeah, that makes no sense. I mean, I don't know. I know they're all cootied out and like, oh, I don't want this in my car, but it's like that's not how you stop the spread. Yeah, just like exactly. What is the sense of that? Now let's go to Flynn down there at Walmart. Flynn, what are you seeing down there at Walmart?
It's Corona everywhere.
Thank you so much, Ron. Let's go to Ron with the weather.
It sucks.
How about the weather? Like seriously, I know. Look, it was 30 degrees last Saturday, and it's going to be 85 on Saturday.
We hit a record here. It's the first time in 100 years it was this cold in May. Yep.
And I have to get my shorts out for Saturday.
Yeah. So Ron, what do you have to say about that? Are you going to tell Flynn that it's not that cold?
Oh, it just got cold.
Flynn, what do you got to say about this?
It's hot. It's hot.
I hate this view. This looks like such a news
especially
view.
with this creepy glove over my head.
It's touching your bald spot there. Flynn.
Some people use that.
I have a bald spot?
Yes, you do.
Just one.
Just one. It's okay. I got a couple. You got less than I do. So
that's right. I only have one. That's right. That's funny.
All right, we got to check the weather now in Chattanooga.
Oh, all right. Alexa, what's the weather?
In Burlington, it's 57 degrees Fahrenheit with clear skies and sun. Tonight, you can look for clear skies with a low of 36 degrees.
Thank you.
That's it.
Bitch didn't say you're welcome. God.
Right.
Good Lord.
She called me by my name this morning. What? You coming back to me? Okay, Alexa, what's the weather in Chattanooga, Tennessee?
It's hot, stud muffin.
It's 70 degrees Fahrenheit with mostly sunny skies. Tonight, you can look for cloudy skies moving in and out with a low of 58 degrees.
Thank you.
You bet.
That's it. Nothing.
Hope you've enjoyed your Wednesday.
Thank you. I have. She checked. So there. That's the weather. Now let's take a look at what's going on in your neck of the woods.
That's the only woman that's ever going to give you a straight answer in your life, Ron.
It's true. It's true. My wife's back at work, so yeah, I can say that. It's true.
Oh well, here we are. We're just having some fun here on a
Wednesday.
Wednesday night? Is it Wednesday night?
Who knows?
The 13th of May or the 102nd of March. Pick your poison.
I'm not sure. Not sure what it is. Oh, Flynn, I responded to you, by the way.
Yeah, I see that.
All right. Oh, let's see what we got here. I missed a couple of. Yeah, you like the Espo jersey. Yeah, thank you very much. It's one of my favorites. I do like the Espo one. What do we got? A high of 82 and a high of 50, low of 58. All right. St. Pete. See, it's been terrible up here. It's been absolutely terrible. It's what's
Oh God. No. If you want to hear that better, that's better.
I'm broadcasting. Wow, you got a nice background there.
Thank you. This is my favorite. Goddamn Carol Baskin.
She watched that. I don't even think she finished it. She gave up. She gave up on that. She was just like, yeah, I'm all set with that.
Maybe if she went and got a couple of dilly bars to watch.
That's what I'm thinking. A couple of Scrumptious bars. I'll put some hockey behind us here.
Flinner looks like he just got back from the mall with that background.
That's right. This is my Sears photo, my picture.
Oh no, Bruce is turning 55. There you go. There you go. The toilet paper.
Flitter's secret stash.
That's right.
Used to be the secret stash was the weed box. Now it's
triple ply.
Ooh.
There was a guy when this whole thing started, like about a month ago, when you couldn't find toilet paper. He was posting these pictures like, "Oh, I'm glad I stocked up well before." And he's like, showed a picture of his little storage area, and he had like 3 or 4 cases of toilet paper. Like, dude, why would you post that right now when nobody has any? I mean, if people know you, they might come to your house and take some. Seriously, you don't.
Be public enemy number 1.
Exactly. Now it's settled down, but I mean, at the time, that was a big deal. It's like, dude, what are you doing?
No doubt about that.
So yeah, Bruce. Congrats to Bruce, who's going to be part of the AART. We started using those. I mean, before all this happened here.
Mm-hmm.
Is that if you were over whatever 50 or 55, so I'm over 50 now, so I can get some of the stuff. She's over 60, so we've been going in. We get to the store, it's like, oh, you're over 60, come on in. We're not shy anymore. Sometimes you get some discounts, like Dunkin' Donuts used to have specials, like a cup of coffee.
I think for like 80 cents or something.
Yeah, so there's some deals to be had. Even when we go out to eat now, it's like, oh, senior deal, okay. So why not? Let's so let's do it. So Bruce is gonna be 55. You get some cakes from Turbo there for Bruce. Is that why you were late tonight? Was Laura making you a nice birthday dinner? That's what I bet it was. She was making your favorite meal. Good.
Gainsburgers again?
No, he's not a Gainsburger guy, I don't think.
Then maybe some quality time with the Floby.
Did you get any appetizers for free? Did you, get those appetizers for free on Mike? Mike get to those appetizers? Mike still hasn't worked since that day, though.
Did anybody stay home? Well, when I say
no, it was the Love Shack. There we go.
Did anybody did anybody order out on Sunday for Mother's Day?
No,
we did, and I tell you, we called about 4 different places, and
really?
I wasn't going to subject my wife to my cooking, although we made her breakfast, my son and I, but so we decided we didn't want her to cook, so we called out, and I tell you, every place was like an hour and a half, 2 hours. It was unbelievable. So.
We use DoorDash.
Yeah, I think we've talked about this.
Yeah, they're all getting flooded. The Instacarts and everything's been getting flooded.
Yeah.
Dairy Queen. I went to Dairy Queen the other day. Well, I drove by it the other day, and there's a line wrapped around the building, 6 feet apart, of course. But yeah, it was pretty bad. Although I told you, I saw a bunch of kids playing hockey the other day, so I got my wheels in and put them on my skates. So I'm going to go down to the park tomorrow and I'm going to skate. I took a skate around the circle here a couple weeks ago before it got cold.
and then hot, and then hot again.
Then hot
No,
again.
we haven't gotten hot again yet.
But
We're
I have
not
the soft indoor wheels, and you just can't skate in them. It's like driving a car with your tires half flat. It just squishy. So I was like, oh, so I got the outdoor wheel. So I got down to the
and after about 5 minutes, they become like like triangles.
They're so soft that this asphalt just rips them up. Yeah, they're not designed for that.
So why do they get soft in a hurry?
Because it's like if you took like an eraser and started scraping it on, okay. Whereas if you took like a marble and you scraped it,
And the
okay,
outdoor wheels are hard plastic.
it's a harder rubber. Yeah,
Oh,
so
it's a harder rubber,
it's designed for outside. Inside, you want soft because you want to grip to the plastic. Outside, you want hard to grip to the asphalt, and you can't interchange it because if you wear the hard ones inside, there's no grip. It's too slippery.
Yeah, the idea of the indoor surface is so the the puck that you're using on a rink there really glides smoothly. And so yeah, to Dave's point, the durometer you need is much softer on the insert to grab. So
yeah, it's almost like in car racing. You have, or in the wintertime, you don't want real hard tires in the wintertime. You want a softer tire to grip to the snow. And when you're racing, you want tires that are either, whatever too. So yeah, so it's all about grip. And you can wear the indoor ones outside. It's real squishy, and they're soft, so they get torn up. There's no resistance to them. The outdoor ones still get torn up, but not nearly as fast. So I'm gonna go try that tomorrow. I put those on.
Should be fun.
Yeah, let's go outside and try to skate a little bit. It's supposed to be nice tomorrow, then rain again. It's been windy, so windy. It's like the March wind has been 2 months now, and it's just like, what are we doing with all this wind? And it just blows the trash around. It blows everything around. It's unbelievable. So it was blowing the birds out of the trees today. Blows recycling everywhere. Just you get up on recycling day. It's like there's just bottles and cans everywhere. It's oh man. Yeah, it's fun times. Fun times, Jucket. That's what we do. Fun
Absolutely.
Times.
So I got to tell you, I'm really tired of all the things that were keeping me through this at the beginning. And I need a whole new lineup of things to entertain me.
Yeah. Haven't we blown through everything? At first, it was fun. I was like, okay, I'll do this, do that.
I'm turned off. I'm literally turned off now by the things that was keep getting me through at the beginning. So
it's like I'll read a book, I'll play some games, I'll do this, but you've kind of done it all, and then it's.
Well, now it makes me mad. Now I'm like, oh, I don't want to do that anymore.
Yeah, it's just like you want to. Yeah, you don't want to. It's just like I need to go back to work. I can't do this anymore. I don't want to do this anymore. I watched movies in the beginning, and I started a book. I never finished it, but I started a book, and you had all these great ideas, and now it's like, yeah, I'm not doing them anymore. I am playing a bunch of games though. Played a really cool wrestling game last night. That was fun. And I got a golf game I got to figure out how to play. That was fun.
Which golf game is that?
It's actually it's a quick play golf game, whereas you have your golfer, and he has a card, and he's got scores for each round. Okay, like 0, -1, -2, depending on the golfer. Excuse me. So you go to the course, and say it's a course is par 72 in the first round. So he's a -1 in the first round. So it's like -1 par 72. You roll the dice to see how he did that day. And maybe he goes up or down a little bit, and then that gives you his score for the round. So it's kind of just a cards and dice game, quick play game. You could play an entire round really fast with a couple rolls of the dice. But each guy is different, and you roll and there's a big day, bad day roll, and you could go up or you could go down by 8.
Sounds
strokes.
hazy. Sounds hazy.
You could be +8 if you roll a bad roll. You could be +8 for the day, and then you're pretty much done for the tournament. But yeah, it's a fun little dice game, golf game that I was playing. Cool. Let's see. I played a little. Did I do any more hockey? No, I set up for hockey, but I haven't played the hockey yet. I did. What did I do the other day for?
No, I actually played NHL 23s with 2 other people.
Yeah,
and there was no chemistry like you and I had out there, Dave.
We had a lot of fun with that.
We had great chemistry. Yeah.
Yeah, I wish we had streamed. Did we stream that NHL 3s?
No, but I'm more than happy to do it with you here in the next day or two. Because, like I said, I need to do something new desperately.
Yeah, we had fun with that. Yeah, I'll see if I can find a video on NHL 3s. This is Nasher. He does a lot of stuff. I could probably show some of his stuff and I wouldn't get in trouble. So this is NHL threes for those of you who haven't seen it. So it's a 3-on-3 in a small rink. It's NHL, but see how small the rink is? It's 3-on-3.
Okay.
And it plays a lot like Sega hockey, and there's Nasher playing it right there. He does a lot of hockey stuff. This is the outside one there, but it's just 3-on-3, simple stuff like that. And it's got the lighted scoreboards and the boards light up. And then you have these things called the money puck, right? And what the money puck is it can be 2 goals or 3 goals or minus a goal or minus 2 goals.
Oh, you don't know how to score it, or
well,
no, it tells you. Yeah,
it tells you if it's in play or if it's upcoming. So we played a couple games, like we're up like 5-2, and it's like the next money puck's like a 3, and they would score and they would tie it because they got 3 goals. Like, oh man! And then the next one was like 2. It's like, well, the next goal wins because if you get that 2, you're not going to come back and win it. So you saw the money puck coming, but it was fun. It really was fun.
Oh.
Yeah. Chick-fil-A was wrapped around the building 4.5 minutes.
I got a great story about that, and not to get too deep into this, Cronus. So last Saturday, when we said it was 30 degrees, the Wegmans here, I don't know if you guys have Wegmans. Do you have Wegmans up there?
Not up here, but I know what they are. Yeah.
Okay.
I've heard of them, yeah.
It's a high-end store. Well, it's 30 degrees, and to Ron's point, the wind is absolutely whipping.
Yep.
And the line was wrapped around the side of the building.
Oh, it's cold.
So
man.
I'm driving by and I say to myself, why is letting these people outside in 30 degrees wind whipping any more healthy than just letting those 30, 40 people in the store?
But that's what I was thinking, because down here they're talking about this new normal. And I'm like, so does that mean that we got to sit outside and wait in lines in February? And my 63-year-old wife is going to be standing outside waiting to get groceries and get pneumonia. I thought the same thing. It's like, we're trying to save lives, but are we though? We're going to make people stand outside and get the cold and get the flu and bronchitis, and that's better. Yes, some of these decisions aren't making sense. I hear that, especially when it's damn cold.
That was my thought.
They're going to have
to. I was like, man, I don't want to stand out there. And I'm like, why are they standing out there? Oh, they're standing out there because they don't want to let them in the store because they're trying to protect their health. And I was like, there's so many things. There are things that all of us can agree on. Like, that's just not a really good idea.
I agree. There's some backwards things. You're right. We better off going into the store. We better off standing outside, freezing our asses off, and getting pneumonia. So, Yep, that's what it feels like, something like that. So anyway, but so the AHL canceled; they're done. Yeah. Sadly, the NHL still wants to try. They still want to try, and baseball still wants to try. Basketball still wants to try.
Well, didn't I see Arizona just announced something? Like
yeah, come on in.
Yeah. Maybe that's their way of trying to get all that revenue. Like, hey, everybody come here and play. Take a little swing, I guess.
For a Coyotes game, but nice try.
I know, right?
Well, they're used to having no fans. So
that's right.
They're ready.
Miami,
we got some seats that have never been sat in.
That's been a joke here in the metro area, between like Flyers, Rangers fans, saying, "Oh, we should all have it." The Devils, ask them; they know what it's like to not play in front of anybody.
Right.
Oh man, I was watching on YouTube. I don't know; it's been coming up my feed. I've been getting a lot of 1976 Penguins games, like 76 to 80 Penguins games. And I was watching one the other night.
So and somebody got bored with the Betamax, said, huh?
Yeah. And it was, I don't know if it was Penguins Rangers, I think it was, right? Ed Mio was in net, and and I'm watching this game, and it was like, oh my gosh, is this bad? It was just bad hockey. And I'm just like, I used to eat this up as a kid. And I'm looking at it now, and I'm like, wow, this is terrible. This is just terrible hockey. They can't hit the net. They could skate okay, but the hockey itself was just bad. And I'm just like, I can't believe I loved it as a kid. So I don't know if you guys have ever done that. If you've ever, hey, Bleacher Bums, good to see you. If you've ever like watched an old game and been like, ooh, man, what sport it is. It's like, man, I used to love this, or an old movie or something. Like, man, this is bad. How did I ever like this? But I've been seeing a lot of 76 footage come up. I'm like, oh man, that is bad.
I'll have to look for it.
You bring up the mid 70s because I'm a Flyers fan. I have to know.
No, I actually talked about last night was what the Penguins and the Flames or something like that. There was one game you talked about that was really, really bad.
Yeah, there's just I see they're like 20, 30-minute clips, and I'll watch a little bit of it, and just like the goals are terrible. It just the whole gameplay is just terrible to watch. And I'm just like, yeah, well, I'm really not gonna, watch any more of this. The Flyers, I didn't care for the Flyers and the whole goon tactic. They won a couple of. I didn't care for that, and I still don't like when they had the bench clearing brawl stuff. I never watched those. The greatest fights. I never watched those. I'd rather watch hockey than to see stupid fights. And sometimes in those 70s, you ever wonder how they finished a game? Because every time there was a big hit behind the net, there was a big fight and the bench is emptied. And I know it was not all the time, but it looked like it was all the time. And you're like, man, if it was going to be 15, 20 minutes of sorting out fights 3 or 4 times a night, those games must have gone on forever.
Oh, and Dave, you've refereed games where you've had to do that. Like, it's just no fun. You have. That's awful when you have to stand there and try to figure it out. It's insanity.
The only time I ever reffed a game that had fights, it was down in Connecticut, and it was a roller hockey game. And after the game, they had a big brouhaha, and I tried to break up whatever I could, and you couldn't get everything. You know what I mean? It's just okay, you guys want to go at it, go at it. Is what my attitude was, and I threw a bunch of guys out, and just they didn't play the rest of the night. But you only can do so much. In the leagues I'm up here with. When they fight, the referee's like, I'm not going in. You guys do what you do what you got to do.
I never go in either.
I'm not getting paid enough to get hurt because you guys want to fight.
Yeah.
You guys want to fight, go ahead. When we're done, we'll put you in the box and send you home or whatever we got to do. Yeah, it's just not worth it. So.
Well, I always felt you missed everything else that was going on if you were jumping in there right away. So.
Yeah. Yeah, sometimes you got to sit back and look and see what else is going on.
My philosophy was always like, all right, let them go and make sure no one else gets in, so it doesn't turn into a bigger thing it is, and just keep an eye. And then if that other guy gets in, you see it, so you're reporting that, or kicking that guy out too.
What I liked about the head of I call him the head of the official. He's the guy that would assign me as a scorekeeper and stuff. I haven't reffed in that league yet, but he would just go like this. He would sit and just watch. He would just sit and just watch. And then when he's done, he would come over and, okay, this guy's done, and whatever it was. But yeah, he's like, I'm not going in there. You got to do what you got to do. And this was the head of the officials. He's like, no, I ain't going in. You guys fight. You fight. Go ahead. We're done.
It's 8:30. I have to go play poker.
What do you mean?
I play poker every couple of nights. It's one of these things that's keeping me busy. Me and a couple buddies, we play poker online, and
don't lose too much money now, okay?
Remember that Eddie Murphy, with his wife went to work, and it was like 10 million and 10 or 10 million and 20 when she got a side job. That's what it's like. If I'm going to lose it all, what's another couple bucks?
Oh, there you go. Yeah, we can wrap up here. We've been going for a couple hours now. We had a pretty good stream here tonight. Talked a little bit of wrestling tonight. Talked birds. Talked about the birds in my trees that were kind of good. We got Flynn to come in here with his new green screen background.
I like it.
My new mic. My new mic.
He looks good.
I had this for a couple of weeks, but I've been too angry to come on.
Yeah.
So I needed a little cheering up tonight.
There you go. Yep. So you look pretty professional over there. So yeah, you go. Yep. We all need cheering up. Let's try to do something fun. Do something fun during the day. For me, it was walking the dog and listening to the music today. And I did that twice because that's what I wanted to do. And
I came on to cheer up and found out I had a bald spot.
Yeah, it's all right.
It's okay. Just one.
Just one.
Just one. You're doing better than I am, buddy. I got 2 or 3.
Yeah. Oh, no, maybe we can have you on to talk about the Tiger King at some point.
I'll talk Burger King.
I did enjoy the Tiger King. I did.
We watched like 3 or 4 episodes.
But that seemed, to me, honestly, God, that seemed like 6 months ago. It really did. Like, I watched it. That was like the first week, and everyone's like, this is just going to be a couple days, So, and that was winter. Literally, this started in winter, and I'm going to be in shorts on Saturday.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. too funny. So, all right. Well, everybody, we're going to wrap things up here. Thanks to everybody that tuned in tonight. Another good discussion, but very positive show tonight. So that was good to see.
Thanks for having me.
I had a fun time. Flynn come in at the end and chat a little bit. Got to show his new setup a little bit. So, what kind of microphone is that?
This is. I'll get back to you.
I think it should sound better than that. Is that the mic that you have on? Tap the mic for a sec. Just tap it.
No, it's not.
No, you don't have that mic selected.
I do.
No, you don't.
I tested it.
Check your camera mic settings.
Yeah, USB audio. I'll test it before I come back on again. But I'm looking at right now the settings right now. USB microphone. I'll play with it.
You hear this?
No.
No. Yeah.
Okay. You can hear that. It's not. Maybe.
I'll play with it.
Yeah. See if you don't have another USB mic. I hope. Maybe it's the headset. No, it wouldn't be that.
No,
check it out. You should be a lot better. It should sound better than that. Looks like you got a decent mic, a decent setup. But you still sound like you're kind of on a webcam mic.
I'll give it a look. See.
What kind of mic? Maybe. Are you supposed to talk into the side or the top? Maybe.
No, right here.
There's different mics do different things. So maybe you got to boost it up a little bit. I don't know. It just sound, I think it should sound a little bit better.
Any better?
Yeah.
I'll play with it offline. We don't need to. We don't need to run a. So
yeah. Just play a little bit because I think it should sound a lot better than that. Because it looks like you got a decent setup, and it should sound a little bit more fuller. Is what I'm getting at. So
no one wants to hear what I have to say anyway.
I don't know. You'd be surprised. There's someone. See, Ron's got that little. Let's call it the blue Yeti mic. Yeti blue Yeti, whatever it is. And I've seen and on that one you talk into the side. You don't talk into the top. You talk into the side, right? Gotcha. And I've seen people like on streams and they got it pointed at them. And it's like, you're not supposed to talk into the top. You're supposed to talk into the side.
Yeah.
That one looks like you talk into the top like mine. Yeah, maybe it is. I can hear it rattling around in there. Just maybe. Yeah,
I'll test it. I just threw it on. And when I said I was going to come on, I was like, oh, I got that new mic. And I went and tried to throw it in real quick. So it's just you're getting a lot of room noise. And that usually means that like you're like when I'm far away, you get like a lot of room noise. It doesn't sound like you're nice and tight to it, even though you are. I don't know. Play around, see what you can do. See what you can do. Yeah, I threw this all up real quick.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get you to sound good. I just want you to sound good. I can't make you look good, but I can make you sound good.
I don't have that nice deep voice like you have there, so
that's all right. It still sounds like you're coming through like on the webcam mic. It's kind of nutty how that sounds. Hopefully it's not, but
oh, good. I'll play with it before I jump back on again in 3 weeks.
All right, sounds good. All right, everybody, we're gonna sign off. Thanks for everybody for tuning in tonight, and we'll talk to everybody later. Bye-bye.